Can I help you, sir?
Yeah, let me say it model 92 there. And the Smith & Wesson. Model 1911. Clyde pistol. A big one. Yeah. Is it phaser 2? No, give me the newer model.
What are you doing, Jeremiah?
We're taking down Bonnie and Clyde.
I guess we're watching the Highwayman. Hey everyone, welcome back to Spitball Media. I'm Nick.
I'm Jeremiah.
Today we're going to be talking about the Highwayman. Well, Jeremiah, since you picked this wonderful movie out, why don't you talk about the Highwayman?
I love this movie. I really, really did. It's a Netflix original, and it's shot like movies used to be shot. I don't think there's any CGI. Let's go with the cinematics of the whole thing. The opening shot, right? Dirt road, way to last from heat, your dust, old-timey car coming. Transition shot straight down. See the car go by, dust swirling out, then starts music. Credits. That was awesome. And the way they recreated 1930s Texas Depression era, like the slums and all that, it looked just like all the photographs. And just picture perfect. It was framed well, it was shot well, it was very well paced, very well produced. You got a great cast in it. You got Ma Ferguson played by what's her face from the Misery.
I have no idea.
And Andy Bates. You also got Costner and Woody Harrelson, and they're playing characters that they normally wouldn't play. The physical transformation that these guys went through, they look just like the pictures of the actual people. Costner put on a whole bunch of weight, got the bad haircut, the 30s. Harrelson, who usually plays like the guy you like in the movie, but you wouldn't want to know in real life. In this movie, he's just full of charisma and charm, and he's very likable. And the whole movie's got kind of a lonesome dove feel to it. You got the two retired Texas Rangers, they go on adventures together, and toward the end of their lives. Also, another thing I really loved about it, and this is almost Hitchcock in its way it's done. You never get a clear shot of Bonnie and Clyde. You know, Clyde's always had to get back to the camera, or they're silhouetted, shot from like a really long distance away. And I love that because that just builds up tension. It builds it up. Just adding layer to the last shot at the ambush. Then it zooms in close up both of them in the car, and they know what they see. And the great thing is, the actors that they got playing Bonnie and Clyde are the same ages and height, weight as the original, as the actual people were. Because in real life, they look like little kids. And that's from a direct quote from one of the people at the ambush. See, when we first saw him, he looked like teenagers. I mean, he was only like 24, 25, she was like 22, 23. Historical, very accurate.
Yeah.
Just a very few deviations from reality. I don't think Frank Hamer ever had a conversation with Clyde's dad. I don't think it ever happened. There's some fight scenes in the bathroom and the gas station. It probably didn't happen. But other than that, everything, they got it down perfect. The types of cars, the clothes, the guns, little things like the bottle, like her laudanum bottle. Then at the end, it does end with just the ambush. It goes on when they drag the car through town with the bodies in it, and you see people coming out and they're like trying to rip off souvenirs. Somebody's trying to cut off a clown's finger, and it just
Yeah, that was
crazy
weird.
pandemonium. Well, that actually happened. They actually toned it down in this movie compared to real life. Like I said, I love this movie. This was solid movie. So Nick, what did you think about The Highwayman?
From my perspective, I know I'm a different generation, I thought it was boring. To be honest with you, I know.
Gotta be done, man.
12 hours.
Man, boring. What was boring? Was it the gunfights? Was it
No,
car
I mean,
chases?
it was just like how to say, it's a detective
It is a
movie.
detective movie.
But, I mean, as in today's standards, where you got your Marvel, you got your DC, you got all these action-packed movies coming out. I mean, if this was in movie theaters and this was compared to, let's just say, Infinity War or any other Marvel movie, let's not include Captain Marvel, but you know, if this was with like Black Panther, Iron Man, this would be kicked out of the movie theater because everybody's gonna be like, oh, Iron Man's out, dude, Black Panther's out, this and that. Nobody will go see this because it's like, it's no detective movie. Yeah, it's got great actors in it, don't get me wrong, but a kid my age, unless they're really into historical accuracy, they're not gonna go and pay $8 or something just to go see this movie. Yeah, this was a, what you said, Netflix only?
No, it got a limited theater release, but it's a Netflix original.
I mean, as in historical movies go, it's fine. I mean, it did tell it pretty accurately. The guns and stuff were pretty cool. The shootouts were nice. The detective work was pretty good, but it was just a lot of banter back and forth, and just slowly getting to somewhere where you're like, I was sitting there like, well, waiting for the end so I can see the shootout. Waiting for the end so I can see the shootout. Yep. Okay, a lot of talking, a lot of detective work. Few scenes where he killed some people. Go to the slums and help out the slum people out. Yep. Okay, finally right there. Now they shot the heck out of him. Put like 1 billion bolts into this car. And then kind of that's where they ended. It's like, well, we'll drag him to the city. And then boom, ending will show pictures from the actual scene. Okay, well I just sat there and wasted 2 hours just watching a documentary detective movie about Bonnie and Clyde, which I know who they are. Not really all that interested in watching the whole movie about it, but okay. And you know what I mean? It's just one of those things is where, if it's one of those things I have to watch it for school, that would be a good movie for school. I would love to see this for like a class project thing. Well, we have to learn about Bonnie and Clyde. Here you go. This kind of represents what's going on. Watch it. But I'm not going to sit there and waste my time just to go out of my way to watch a documentary movie about Bonnie and Clyde when 90% of it is not even Bonnie and Clyde in it. It's about the people that hunted Bonnie and Clyde.
That's who the movie focused on.
I understand, but it's not for me and the people like me. If you're not into detective crime movies, you're not going to like it. You're just going to be like, oh, this is another detective movie with already kind of non-suspenseful ending because you already know what's going to happen. They're going to kill him. And that's the only part I was waiting for, is watch him die. But, you know, somebody like you, that's historical guy.
Just because it doesn't have giant CGI robots fighting in the middle of the streets doesn't make it a bad movie.
No, I mean, it was shot well.
It's shot like a movie's supposed to. It's layers.
Right.
Each scene drives the plot, which is missing in a lot of movies today. And, you know, the banter back and forth. That's exposition.
Right.
Instead of just dumping the exposition on you, like some kind of like Star Wars crawl, or a voiceover, or here's expedition. I mean, they released expedition scene by scene and conversation through their investigation.
But the scenes were not engaging enough to me to sit there and like, man, that was an interesting conversation. This was an interesting conversation. Or trying to find, I was just like, okay, I'm tired of y'all talking, just go find these people or something, man. I was just like, it was just so much build up to get to the end, and it was just a boring build up. It'd be like I always think Homecoming is dumb. I don't know how everybody likes that. It's like, yeah, well, we got the bad guy, but we're going to show his whole dorky life through school and to the very end when he kicks the butt of Vulture. And that's what this reminds me of. You have such a boring expedition to get to the end, to where you know what's going to happen, and you're waiting for it to happen, but there's nothing interesting in the middle. It's just one, like I said, it's one of those movies you either watch it because you like something like this, or you're bored, or whatever. I'm not going to go to a movie theater and pay $8 to watch a documentary. That's the problem.
Not a documentary.
Well, a detective movie. Okay, a detective movie.
Like I said, I suppose you don't like Hitchcock movies either. You ever watched the Hitchcock movie?
Probably not.
No, you haven't. He is the master at building suspense, which is what they did in this movie. They build suspense.
I never felt like I was waiting in suspense because I knew what was going to happen. So there was no suspense building there because I knew that they were going to kill Bonnie and Clyde at the end, because that's what happened in real life, that they got shot and killed by a bunch of police officers in them, and they destroyed the car. I mean, they overkilled. They just better off just dropping a nuke on the car and calling it over.
Well, that's why they called Manny Gwalt and Frank Hemel at the time, because they're Texas Rangers.
Right.
I mean, they call them cowboys and man killers in the movie.
Right.
Which they were in real life. Clyde and his gang, they would just blow through roadblocks. The cops had like 38 revolvers and a shotgun. This guy had a machine gun.
Right.
He had like a whole bunch of them.
VAR and Thompson.
Yeah, and he had time after time to come in, get caught, go back to prison. And it was obvious he's not going to do it. He's just going to kill whoever's in his way. So they get these guys out and put them on the trail to hunt them down. They didn't give them a chance because Clyde doesn't give any of the cops a chance. And by this time, they were killed about 12 people. That's another thing is Wade McNabb in the movie, they put up that he was killed by them, but there's nothing to back that up. He was killed, just like it plays in the movie. Bashed his head up with a baseball bat and shot him. I don't think it was them, because they would have been way into Louisiana at this point. Getting back to modern movies. Modern movies, they don't have the storyline like this, or the Hitchcock, or the older movies, what you'd call. They just go, here's the scene, here's the scene, here's the scene, over, in. And then you just, okay, it's a movie. But yeah, it's like the new Star Trek movies.
Yeah, I get it.
Here is...
no, Star Trek or Star Wars?
Star Trek.
Okay.
Alright, second movie. Go home and watch it. Tell me if it's the way it is. First thing, running, jumping, running, explosion, running, quip, running, explosion, running, and that's the entire movie.
That sounds like most Marvel movies, though.
It is. Most modern movies.
Yeah.
Now, I like movies.
Mm-hmm.
I like to sit down and get engaged in the story, get caught up in that.
Right.
Even like bad movies. I mean, you know that.
Yeah.
Because they have their own charm to them. Not everything's got to be a bigger than life explosion. It could be a simple.
Now it's got to be Michael Bay.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be Michael Bay.
It just, the thing is, I understand it's trying to tell a story and it does it well. It's got decent graphics. There's no CG. Everything is at their own.
Thank you.
But as in a movie where I'm going to spend $8 to go sit through, I'm not going to sit through a detective movie. It's not me, and that's about most millennials. It's not them. You really have to be somebody like you that's into this stuff. I don't see a kid sitting through this and being like, oh boy,
they're 44.
I'm like, oh boy, the Bonnie and Clyde movie, yay! And they're not going to go home and start throwing quips off of this movie. There's nothing memorable to say off of this movie. As you know, most modern movies always got to have this quip or whatever. And it just is like one of those things, I watched it, now I know a little bit more about them. I'm never going to watch this again.
Not everyone is a millennial. There's more non-millennials in the world than there are actual millennials.
Yeah.
We get movies too, man. We want to watch a good movie.
We push you to the side. You're in retirement home now.
Like the CGI movies, the Marvels and the modern.
Mm-hmm.
They're more cartoons.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you got like some live action, but everything else is just cartoon. Something like this, all actors. I think the plane flying over, I think that might have been CGI. It looked a little Henry Cavill, wonky upper lip type thing. But
So this is just all real people
yeah,
doing their thing.
Yeah.
I get
and
it.
real cars.
I get it. I mean, as for what it is not bad. But as in a movie to just watch all the time, it's not that kind of movie. It is made for a certain kind of person to sit down and watch this movie repeatedly.
A certain kind of person who enjoys a good movie. That's the certain kind of person. This is part of it.
There's a difference between good movies, different people. It's opinion. Called opinion, Jeremiah.
This was a good movie, Nick.
Yeah.
All right, okay.
In your OPIPION.
I told you don't spell in front of me. All right. We're going to judge the film on a scale of 1 to Clyde. How many Bonnies do you give it?
How many Bonnies are between 1 and Clyde?
1, 2, 3, 4, Clyde.
Somehow that worked out, honestly.
Yep, that's how that works out. 1 through Clyde, how many Bonnies do you give the movie?
A 4.
4 Bonnies out of Clyde. Really?
Because it's made well. It's a well-made movie.
You give it 4 Bonnies out of Clyde.
Yeah.
That's high praise coming from you.
Yes.
I know the movie you like.
Yeah.
I'm surprised you gave it 4 Bonnies out of Clyde. I'm going to give it 5 Bonnies out of Clyde. That's how I'm going to rank this.
Sounds so weird.
What? You're weird. If Bonnie and Clyde were CGI monster and a robot, kung fu, would that make it better for you?
No, because that wouldn't even make any sense.
Okay.
It would have messed up the whole premise.
Good. So that's our review on The Highwayman.
Hope y'all enjoyed.
Thanks for watching.
I'm Nick.
I'm Jeremiah.
Let's tune in next time for our next movie. It should be a good one.
Not if you pick it.
All right.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Ah.